Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. You know, the world is just moving incredibly fast right now. I mean, from massive economic shifts to some truly mind-bending AI advancements, it can honestly be a little tough to cut through all the noise. But hey, that is exactly what we're going to do right now. We're going to break down today's massive news dump from the Daily Tech Reader into clear, digestible, and actionable insights. So let's just get right into it.
Okay, so here's our agenda for today. We'll be hitting the economy and global markets, the AI and tech frontier, national and global geopolitics, climate extremes in health, and then finally, we'll wrap up with sports and the weekend outlook.
Starting things off with Section 1, Economy and Global Markets, which is really a tale of two realities right now.
Seriously, we are seeing a massive contradiction in the labor market. So we had this shocking June jobs report. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reported only 57,000 non-farm payrolls added. I mean, that is way below the consensus estimate of 115,000. But then, right at the exact same time, the unemployment rate actually ticked down slightly to 4.2%. It's this super weird mixed signal, and it's basically single-handedly keeping Federal Reserve rate hike bets alive. So yeah, your borrowing costs for things like homes or cars, they might be staying elevated just a bit longer.
Now, despite that broader economic weirdness, individual companies are just defying gravity. Case in point, Tesla. Their Q2 deliveries absolutely shattered expectations. They delivered over 480,000 vehicles. That completely blows past analyst estimates of around 406,000, and it easily beats their performance this time last year, which was 384,000. It's a huge quarterly win, and no surprise, it sent their shares surging in pre-market trading.
But, you know, Tesla's win definitely does not reflect the entire tech sector. We're looking at a pretty stark market divergence today. On one side, you've got the Dow Jones adding 274 points to hit a brand new all-time intraday record of 52,805. Awesome, right? But then the Nasdaq dropped 1.2%. Why? Because we are in the middle of a brutal, broad sell-off in the semiconductor space. Major players like South Korea's SK Hynix and Samsung took double-digit hits, while Nvidia and a few others dropped amid, growing concerns over AI spending.
Moving right along to Section 2, the AI and tech frontier, or as we're calling it today, billions and bionics.
Okay, $49 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. The scale of investment happening right now is absolutely staggering. Abu Dhabi's state-backed tech investment vehicle, MGX, just raised this colossal fund specifically dedicated to AI. Bloomberg is literally calling it one of the largest AI investment pools ever assembled outside the US. The global race to dominate this tech is operating at a scale that we've rarely seen in modern history.
And all that massive funding is rapidly trickling down into both hardware and software, driving some insane product launches. Over in the physical realm, UBTech just unveiled the UWorld U1. They're claiming it's the world's first ultra-bionic, full-size humanoid robot to actually reach mass production. Crazy, right? Then on the software side, Mistral launched a super powerful new OCR model that supports 170 languages. And connecting a lot of this is Venice AI, a privacy-focused platform that just closed a $65 million Series A. That officially pushes them into unicorn status with a $1 billion valuation.
But with AI systems getting this powerful and literal full-sized robots hitting mass production, you really have to ask, how on earth are governments and policymakers responding to this unprecedented speed?
Which brings us perfectly to Section 3, National and Global Geopolitics, covering finances and policies.
Well, the White House is definitely not sitting on the sidelines here. They are currently in advanced talks to finalize voluntary safety commitments with the major AI developers. According to the Financial Times, they're ironing out crucial safety standards and model release timelines, and we might even see a joint announcement in just a matter of days. They're really trying to put some practical guardrails on this booming industry.
Shifting gears over to the intersection of politics and finance, President Trump's latest financial disclosure is out, revealing $2.2 billion in first-year income. And the breakdown is pretty fascinating. We're looking at $635 million from Trump-branded crypto meme coins, $590 million from World Liberty Financial, and $575 million from traditional real estate. It's a really striking look at how digital assets are fundamentally shifting traditional political financial portfolios.
Now, on the domestic policy front, we are tracking a massive surge in immigration enforcement. Following new White House directives that demand at least 2,000 daily apprehensions, ICE officials have made over 10,000 arrests in just a 5-day period. It is a rapid and highly significant escalation in their operational pace, directly reflecting the current administration's strict enforcement rules.
And over in Washington, we actually saw a rare moment of overwhelming bipartisanship. The House passed a resolution sponsored by Representative Thomas Massey by a huge margin of 420 to few.
This new rule forces the public disclosure of any taxpayer money used to settle sexual misconduct accusations against members of Congress. To round out our geopolitics section, let's quickly hit 3 critical global updates. First up, U.S.-Iran nuclear talks have cautiously resumed via mediators in Doha. This actually caused oil prices to dip slightly on the optimism, which, hey, you might actually feel at the gas pump soon. Back home, a massive bipartisan housing bill is sitting on the president's desk and will automatically become law by July 10th if no action is taken. And finally, across the pond, a European court just upheld a staggering €4.1 billion antitrust fine against Google regarding their Android operating system.
All right, let's pivot now to Section 4, Climate Extremes and Health, looking at our warming world.
The data we are seeing right now is just staggering. According to the EU Copernicus Marine Monitor, a massive 80% of the global ocean surface was affected by heat waves in just the first half of this year. 80%. And with forecasters warning of a strengthening El Niño, experts say these ocean temperatures could climb even higher, completely disrupting global weather patterns. And the human cost of this heat is devastatingly clear. I mean, this isn't just about uncomfortable weather. We're talking about a major public health emergency. In June alone, extreme heat claimed over 1,000 lives in Spain, another 1,000 plus in France, and over 800 in Germany.
It's wild how these global extremes are manifesting locally in very different but equally drastic ways. Here in the US, a massive heat dome means 165 million Americans are facing major or extreme heat risk straight through the Independence Day weekend. Contrast that with the Democratic Republic of Congo right now, where health workers are fighting a horrific Ebola outbreak. It's already killed over 300 people, and clinics in the Ituri province are just completely overwhelmed. The strain on our global health infrastructure is incredibly intense right now.
Okay, let's lighten things up a bit for Section 5, Sports and Weekend Outlook, as we close out the week.
The World Cup is delivering some massive thrills across the globe. The U.S. men's national team just secured a 2-0 shutout over Bosnia. They are officially advancing to the round of 16, where they will face Belgium this Monday night, and that promises to be an absolute epic clash. Meanwhile, England's Harry Kane scored twice against DR Congo, vaulting him into a tie for 6th place on the World Cup's all-time scoring list. Pretty incredible stuff.
And as we look ahead to the weekend, definitely keep in mind that the NYSE and NASDAQ financial markets will be totally closed this Friday for Independence Day. Honestly, it gives traders a much-needed break from all those semiconductors sell-offs. Meanwhile, the holiday week is already bringing out some wild local stunts. Like 2 people were just arrested by New York police after literally scaling the exterior of the Empire State Building and shutting down Midtown traffic. Because, apparently regular long weekend plans just weren't thrilling enough for them.
So as we head into this holiday weekend, with massive AI funds launching, historic climate anomalies, and major geopolitical shifts all happening at the exact same time, how will these forces reshape the second half of our year? It's something we're going to be keeping a very close eye on. Thank you so much for joining me today to unpack it all. Stay curious, stay informed, and have a fantastic weekend.